1980's The Wivel is Springsteen's double album. The album has some of Bruce Springsteen's best songs, like The Wivel and Hungry Heart, but not every song quite lives up to the same standard. The first LP is consistently great, with the only halfway dud still walking well within the style. The whole album kicks off with a pseudo-live feel of fast-paced songs, great up-tempo instrumentation, and a great groove throughout. You have fun, silly songs, you have deep emotional songs, and you have some of Springsteen's best lyrics ever. And most importantly at the core, you have pure rock and roll. The whole front half of the album is honestly one of the most exciting work Springsteen has put down when you evaluate the songs back to back. But the album is brought down by some of the duds in the back half. The second LP has some of what I consider to be Springsteen's weakest songs, especially from his first decade of studio albums. Cadillac Ranch is annoying, and Drive All Night is droning. Still, even when the quality starts to become inconsistent, there's still a lot of good things going on side 3 or 4, and the second LP would still be a decent album, even if put out on its own, albeit it would still be much weaker than the first. House of Phil, like The Wivel, features perhaps the best production of any Springsteen and E Street Band album. While the playing is never overly heroic, the E Street Band shines their hardest here, and put on some really amazing performances that feel like they're more than just backings, but also still the show, in and out of themselves. Other than the God Among Men, that is sax symbol Clarence Clemens, I don't usually talk much about the other E Street Band members in my previous reviews. Because of this, I want to take my time here to shout out Steve Van Zandt, Roy Baton, Danny Federici, Gary Talent, and Max Weinberg for all putting on stellar performances here. Overall, The Wivel starts out as one of Springsteen's best albums, but does start to lose consistency in the back half. Overall, there's still more than 2 good sides of music here, so I would say that the double album is justified, but I do wish a few of the later songs had seen more work before release. The Ties That Bind is a good fast song to kick off the album. The lyrics are a typical yet well-written romance song, with Springsteen trying to win over the girl by telling her to get over her fear of commitment. The E Street Band makes a killing here, playing with so much energy that they provide one of the best backings they have ever given. This song is not anything new or unique, but the energy and finesse with which it is performed makes it perhaps Springsteen's best album opener. Humorous and down-to-earth lyrics meet a good up-tempo energy on Sherry Darling. Springsteen perfectly conveys a narrator who longs to be free from his boring life and his girlfriend's mother. The song also features a nice tropical style and some great sax playing. Songs like this are one of my favorite things about the album. 1980 Springsteen knows something he is prone to forgetting later. You can have a great lyric with nothing else but some quips, as opposed to only long-winded, dreary alt songs. Jackson Cage has lyrics about suburban disillusionment that are well-written but also pretty standard for Springsteen. However, this song has something in common with all of side 1. It is once again delivered in an energetic and frantic style that showcases Springsteen and the E Street Band at their best and most in sync. Two Hearts really does not have much to say. However, it is fun and manages to maintain the same energy and charisma throughout it. It is not as good as the previous songs, and is probably the weakest song on the first half of the album. It is, however, short and does not lose the pace, so it serves its job on the album well enough, in my opinion. Independence Day is one of Springsteen's slower songs, and one of the best in his style. Springsteen once again explores his relationship with his father, but in a much more transparent and personal way than in Adam Raised a King. It's sung honestly, and it isn't too slow, and is never boring. Well-written and touching lyrics make this one of Springsteen's most emotional songs, the best in this warrior style since Backstreet's. It is my opinion that you do not need a whole bunch of serious emotional lyric-focused ballads like this on an album. You just need 1 or 2 great ones. Hungry Heart is a nice, classic-sounding rock song with maybe a bit of throwback sort of sound to it. Here, the album's style of homages to older songs starts becoming more apparent. This song could easily be a 60s pop rock song sung by Frankie Valli. This song manages to be a great song on its own legs, and it also carries the great playing and singing from side 1, going strong into side 2. Out in the Street is yet another fast and fun song. Springsteen is really on a roll on this album with simpler, more concise, and happy songs like this. While it isn't his full song about how happy he is to get off work in the evening, Night from Born to Run did it first, it is perhaps the most energetic and catchy of the type. Crush on You is another fast-paced and catchy song. While it is a bit harder than the other songs immediately before it, it still delivers the same fast-paced energy that has been prevalent until now. You Can Look, But You Better Not Touch is another fast rock song with humorous lyrics and a similar tone to Sherry Darling. Springsteen milks the phrase for all it's worth and delivers fun lyrics and frantic singing. I Want to Marry You is a more mid-tempo song with a slightly Latin feel to it. The chorus on the song is not my favorite, but it has some good lines in it, especially the last two lines of the second verse, and also the third verse. The River features some of Springsteen's best and most emotional lyrics. The story of how one's dreams of the future never come true, the longing of younger days, and how life and romance just get progressively more boring as time goes on. It sounds a bit dull and unbearable when I lay it out like this, but Springsteen manages to make it captivating and touching. The opening harmonica part gives the song a kind of eerie Old West vibe that works really well. This song is kind of like if the last verse of Born to Run was its own song. This is by far the best song on the album, and one of the best Springsteen songs that he has ever put out. With Point Blank, we begin the second half of this album. This song has a pretty good set of lyrics, but is a bit too long and slow. The playing is good, and it is a well-delivered album track, but it does very much feel like a major step down from the greatness that was the first LP of The River. Bruce! No! What are you doing? Why does your voice sound like Keith Richards and Mark Knopfler had a bastard redneck son together? Bruce! Bruce! At least Hans Clemens is still here to put on a good performance. In all seriousness, though, Cadillac Ranch is the first song where Bruce Springsteen tries to do a southern accent. I always preferred his basic voice to this, but he would work this style out better later on the Born in the USA album. This song does have a decent set of lyrics, actually, mostly because of the verses, but it's kind of hard to tell with how the chorus is sung like nails on a chalkboard. Is this what people from New Jersey think people from the South sound like? God only knows. I'm a Walker is a juvenile kind of love, but a kind of love nonetheless. This is the fastest track on the second LP, and a pretty good one at that. The lyrics are humorous and fun, although their pop culture references date the song firmly to the end of the middle of the 20th century. If only Springsteen had a verse about Star Trek and Hogan's Heroes, this would have been the perfect ode to boomer television. If this had been on side 1 instead of Two Hearts, then the first LP of this album might have been Springsteen's best LP. Fade Away is a phrase that has been done much better in songs before this one. That said, this is a pretty decent, stereotypical Bruce Springsteen song that is well delivered. It just does not capture the same feeling of energy as the previous song does. Stolen Car has a pretty good set of character study lyrics on one of Springsteen's favorite topics: relationships deteriorating over time when nobody is at fault. This song unfortunately came out a year too early for Springsteen. It doesn't really belong on The River, despite being kind of on the same topic as the song The River, but instead I feel like it matches more the style of the next album, 1982's Nebraska, much better. It is a song that works pretty well, but it doesn't work very well on this album. On Ramrod, Springsteen decides to bring back the accent he used on Cadillac Ranch, but he does start to rein it in a bit more, resulting in the song being less grating. This song may not be as annoyingly catchy or as poorly sung as the aforementioned, but it still has the unfortunate side effect of this song being boring. The Price You Pay starts out pretty unremarkable. It has a very classic Springsteen sound, but with seemingly nothing new to say. The song is pleasing to listen to, and the verses start building up some excitement, but it's still not overly exceptional. All of this is turned on its head, though, when the last two verses are suddenly brilliant out of nowhere. This really brings up the overall quality of the song, and makes the lengthy build-up really pay off with an exciting ending. The whole last verse is honestly great, but whenever I listen to this song, I'm just waiting for those last two lines, and the way Springsteen delivers them make the build-up all worth it. Drive All Night is what happens when some decent lyrics too slowly sung turn into an exercise in tedium. There aren't even that many lyrics. Did this song really need to be this long? I don't think it did. No. It feels like it's about to end several times, and then keeps going. I don't think anyone really likes false endings that much in music. And this is, probably the, worst culprit of using that sort of thing. I guess Helter Skelter did it well, but this song, no, it did not do it well. The theme of a man wanting to do trivial things for his woman again is a solid foundation for a song. It's a good concept for a song, including a Springsteen song, but it just doesn't work here. This song is boring. I'm not against songs like the song concept, but I do feel like they work better on single LPs as opposed to double albums, and I think putting it on the last side of a double album really was not doing this song any favors, but also even without that, it's too long, it's too boring. Whack on the Highway is a suitably high, yet serious note to end this album on. Springsteen once more utilizes the thoughtful character style and pulls out a good song about something that everyone has seen at some point or another. It's not the most energetic or well-performed song here, but it does work well as an album closer. Maybe it would have worked better on Nebraska, like some of the other songs kind of towards the end of this album, but I do feel like it fits better on here than the other songs that I've said that about, especially since it's not that long, and I think that it does work well as an album closer, partly because of that. So yeah, overall, the album does manage to land pretty well, despite some kind of touch-and-go moments there towards the end. So something I really like about this album is the packaging is very, very nice. Now, obviously my cover has seen a bit better days with some of this tailage over here. I don't think tailage is a real word, but I'm going to go ahead and use it. I like this blue color, in contrast with black and white, this plaid outfit. It's kind of a nice picture of Bruce. It's very reminiscent of Darkness on Vegetation, I think. And so yeah, it kind of reminds me of Peter Gabriel's So as well, and kind of a methodology of I do actually like this cover a lot better. That blue color is on the spine as well. And then on the back you got kind of a collage. You got these kind of wedding topple figurines. I'm assuming those are supposed to invoke the song I Want to Marry You. You got the eagle and the flag of Liberty Bell. And so I'm assuming a reference to Independence Day. And then in the back here you got glow glitter for sale. I don't really understand, I'm assuming that's in a craft shop, but maybe it's just trying to, I don't know what song that's really supposed to go with. It kind of fits the vibe of I'm a Walker, but I don't actually remember. Maybe glow glitter was mentioned in some song and I just don't remember it. There's also some cups or something over there. This album, though, also, as a double album, features both a lyric sheet, which is nice, and two printed liners, fully on both sides. So first, let's look at the lyric sheet. There's a nice picture of Bruce and the E Street Band. There's another picture of them in the studio on some sort of soundstage. In the middle, you have all these lyrics, and you have a nice kind of fold-out of the Cadillac Ranch. It says this picture was taken in 1974, so actually 6 years before this album came out. I guess they just liked the picture or something because they didn't bother to send anyone else to take another picture. And this liner, we've got, once again, a nice, very nice picture of the lineup of the E Street Band. On this side, you've got another one. It's all in black and white, except for this picture down here, which is in color. If you ask me, it probably all should have been in black and white, but once again, very nice. This one has a few more in color as well. Very nice picture of Bruce and Clarence up there. Some pictures from the live performance, once again, the lineup. I mean, here you have a picture that looks like it had been artificially colorized. I don't really know why that's here. I mean, everything else was in black and white. We didn't bother to try to colorize some of it. But overall, I really do appreciate the pictures on both sides of the liners and also on the lyric sheet. Very nice packaging on this album. Really can't be beat. Very good packaging for a double album. So there's quite a number of songs of this album. Some of them land better than others, as we will see in my rankings. So I guess we might as well get to it. I give The Ties That Bind 9 out of 10. Shirley Darling 8 out of 10. Jackson Cage 8 out of 10. Two Hearts 6 out of 10. Independence Day 10 out of 10. Hungry Heart 10 out of 10. Out on the Street 7 out of 10. Crush on You 7 out of 10. You Can Look But You Better Not Touch 8 out of 10. I Want to Marry You 7 out of 10. The River 10 out of 10. Point Blank 6 out of 10. Cadillac Ranch 4 out of 10. I'm a Walker 8 out of 10. Fade Away 7 out of 10. Stolen Call 6 out of 10. Ramrod 5 out of 10. The Price You Pay 8 out of 10. Drive All Night 4 out of 10. Wreck on the Highway 7 out of 10. And since this is a double album instead of a single album, instead of giving my top 3 cuts from it, I will be giving a top 5. I pick The River, Hungry Heart, Independence Day, The Ties That Bind, and Shirley Darling, which, as I'm sure you noticed, are all from the first LP. And overall, I give this an 8 out of 10. If it was just the first LP of this put out as one album, I would probably give it a 9 out of 10. Especially if I'm a Walker was in the place of Two Hearts. But as it is, some of the songs in the back half, especially side 4, and also side 3, honestly, since Cadillac Ranch is on side 3, tend to drag this down. That said, you should buy this. It's worth buying this, because this album's really not that expensive. And it's worth it for the first LP of I mean, the first LP of this, I cannot exaggerate how much I actually like it. So yeah, there you go. That's my review of Bruce Springsteen's The River, the first double album that I've reviewed on this channel. So I would like to obviously thank everyone for watching. I have no clue how long this video is going to be until I've edited it together, but it's probably going to be a pretty long one. So thank you all for watching. If you liked this video, comment that you liked it, or comment if you didn't like it, I guess, too. If you disagree with me about Drive All Night, comment below. Tell me to shut up. And be sure to like and subscribe. I'm sure I'll have plenty of other opinions that you may either agree or strongly disagree with, so keep an eye out for those. I do have all of Springsteen's albums up through this one now reviewed. I'll have a link to the Bruce Springsteen album review playlist below. And once again, thank you for watching. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Damn, I sure do love the E Street Band. I can't wait to see what they do on Bruce Springsteen's next album. Wait, what do you mean they're not on the next album?